Good morning. Happy Monday. Glad you're here. Excuse me. Today's Red Mike message: the mountain is not the mission. Now, I'm going to start today by stating the obvious. I am not ordained as anything. I'm not a religious scholar, but I notice things. Yesterday in church, the first reading was Genesis 12, 1 through 4. In that, God tells Abram to leave his country, his people, and his father's house and go to a land that hasn't even been named yet. I'm going to read this here. The Lord had said to Abram, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you." He didn't give him a map. He didn't give him a timeline, no guarantee of safety, just a call and a decision that he had to make. Now, today is Texas Independence Day. So the reading seemed relevant because March 2nd is not about victory, it's about making the decision. Then later in Mass came the gospel reading, the Transfiguration. Jesus took Peter, James, and John up the mountain, and they saw him transfigured, his clothes as white as the sun. And they realized that standing with him were Moses and Elijah, the law and the prophets. And they were pointing unmistakably to who Christ truly is. It's a moment of clarity, it's a moment of revelation, and it's a minute where everything snaps into focus. Now, Peter did what a lot of us might have done. He said, "Hey, let's just stay here. I'll make some tents, one for you, one for Elijah, one for Moses. Let's stay here. Let's enjoy this moment. Let's hold on. Let's not go back down." But that's not how it works. Mountains are meant for revelation, not residence. And there's an old Marty Stewart song that I love. It's called High on a Mountaintop. There's a line in it that says, "High on a mountaintop, wind blowing free." It seemed relevant. It's not about staying on the mountain. It's about what you see from up there and what you carry back down to the real world, to where you actually live. Here's how all of this hit me. Abram is told to leave before he can see, but the disciples are allowed to see before they have to leave. And on March 2nd, 1836, the Texians made a declaration knowing full well what came next would not be easy. They didn't know how San Jacinto would turn out. They didn't know how many would die at the Alamo or at Goliad. They didn't know if independence would even survive the year. But they knew enough to say, "This is who we are. This is what we will no longer accept. This is the line we're not going to retreat behind." Now, in my opinion, and again, not a theologian, God usually doesn't give us the full picture. He gives, like Abram, he gives us a direction, or he gives you a glimpse, like he gave the disciples. He gives people then and now just enough clarity so they can act with conviction. And then he says in one form or another, "Now go back down the mountain, go back into uncertainty, go back into the cost and the consequence." Because faith is not proven by what you see at the top. It's proven by what you do once you leave the top. So today, in Texas at least, we remember a declaration made without guarantees. It was not made from a position of strength, but it was made from a position of resolve, not from safety, but from conscience. And sometimes the most important moments in history are, well, and in life too. They're they're not when everything is clear. They're when you've seen enough to know you just can't stay where you are anymore. Clarity is given for courage, not comfort. You don't stay on the mountaintop. Decisions often precede the outcome. And then faith and leadership both require movement, because knowing enough is enough. And that's today's Red Mike message. Short and sweet today, not a long one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get something out of it. I'll be a little bit less theological tomorrow, I promise. But like I said, the readings just spoke to me, and the timing, timing may have been for nobody but me. I don't know. I hope that this touched you in some way. I hope you're able to put some of this stuff in place in your own life. Go out there today, knock the cover off the ball. And if you're a Texan, enjoy today. Texas Independence Day. I love you guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. And until next time, don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon.